Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. I appreciate you clicking on the video. I am going to be reading you 4 chapters, and the story is called Hollow Road. And go ahead and get yourself all comfortable, get in your bed, and smoke your weed, eat your little snacks or whatever. I'm gonna try to talk you to sleep. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Nightmare. Alex's mind was still a foggy haze, trying to piece together the fragments of the nightmare. His eyes fluttered open, the chill of sweat on his skin, and his heart racing, as if he was still in the grip of whatever dream had just passed. The air in his room felt heavy, thick with the remnants of terror that hadn't quite let go. He slowly pushed himself up, wiping his face with his sleeve. His room, bathed in the early morning light, felt far too normal for the twisted visions he'd just left behind. He glanced at the clock beside him, 6:45 a.m. He had just enough time to get ready for school. Alex's feet hit the cold floor, and the moment they did, he knew something just didn't feel right. The tension from his nightmare still clung to him, like a thick fog he couldn't shake. And the sound of his father shouting downstairs pierced through the quiet of his room. "Alex, get up, or else you're gonna be late." He nodded absently to himself. His dad had no idea. No one did. Now we're going to chapter 2. School day. By the time Alex was fully dressed and had brushed his teeth, the nightmare was beginning to fade into the background. Still, an uncomfortable weight hung over him as he descended the stairs, the unease lingering in his chest. His younger sister Sarah was eating cereal at the kitchen table, slurping it down like she always did. His dad, standing over the stove, was flipping pancakes. "Morning, champ," his dad said, giving him a quick wave. "Your mom went into work early today." Alex mumbled a greeting, his attention drifting as his mind replayed moments of his strange dream. He glanced toward the TV where his mom's morning news program was playing. The usual cheerful hosts were speaking, their smiles bright and innocent. But then the station cut to a breaking news report. Breaking news. The anchor's voice cut through the air. "A local teen has gone missing on Ashbury Road. Authorities are looking for any information." Alex's stomach twisted. Ashbury Road? It was only a few miles out of town. His curiosity piqued. He found himself glued to the screen for a moment longer. "That's weird," Sarah said, eyes wide as she watched the report. "Yeah," Alex murmured, his brain still half fogged from the nightmare. I'll look it up later." But something felt off. Ashbury Road had always been a strange place. People talked about it in hushed tones. Kids at school sometimes mentioned it. Rumors about ghosts, dark forces, and curses had persisted for years, but no one ever really talked or took it seriously that much. Alex hadn't thought much about it until now. Now we're on to chapter 3. The plan. The school day felt longer than usual, but by the time the final bell rang, Alex found himself at lunch with Jake and Nora, the familiar faces he had grown used to. Hey, did you hear about that missing person on Ashbury Road? Jake asked between bites of his sandwich. His voice was casual, but there was a hint of something else in his eyes. Curiosity, maybe, or something darker. Alex nodded, his mind still spinning. Yeah, weird, right? Nora, who was sitting across from them, furrowed her brows. I heard some stuff about that place. People say it's cursed, but, who really believes that? Jake grinned. Cursed or not, I bet it's a great place for an adventure. Alex glanced at him. Are you serious? We're talking about a missing person, Jake. Jake leaned back in his chair, unbothered. So, missing people happen all the time. Who says we can't go check it out? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Nora rolled her eyes. You're unbelievable. But despite her dismissive tone, Alex could see the spark of interest in her eyes. She might act tough and logical, but even she had to admit there was something intriguing about the mystery. I mean, seriously, talking about going to Ashbury, Alex asked, his voice laced with skepticism. Jake shrugged, ignoring the look of caution on Alex's face. Come on, it'll be fun. I can drive us there in my dad's van, and I'm sure we'll figure out what's going on. Alex blinked. You know how to drive? Jake just smirked. The kind of smirk that said he was either extremely confident or dangerously reckless. Probably a mix of both. Nora raised an eyebrow. What do you think, Alex? Should we go? Alex hesitated for a moment, the weight of the news report still fresh in his mind. I don't know. It just feels wrong. Jake leaned in, grinning. Fine. Let's just go without you then. And that's when it hit Alex. Part of him knew Jake wasn't backing down. So, against his better judgment, okay, fine. But we're not staying long. We just check it out, and that's it. Chapter 4. The Van Ride. This will be the last chapter that I'm reading for this video. I'm gonna read 4 chapters a video for short stories that I find. Alrighty, let me go ahead and get myself all started. Are you guys ready? The Van Ride, Chapter 4. Later that evening, as the sun was setting, Alex, Jake, and Nora found themselves sneaking out of their houses and meeting at Jake's place. It was risky, but they were all in. Jake had already pulled his dad's van out of the driveway. It was a bit old and dusty, but it had enough space for the 3 of them. Jake slid into the driver's seat and started the engine with a grin. I told you this was a good idea, Jake said, looking at Alex, who was still unsure, but curious enough to go along with it. Nora buckled up, her arms crossed. You better not get us caught, okay? My parents would flip out if they found out. Alex tried to calm his nerves. It was just a drive. It wasn't like they were doing anything crazy yet. As Jake drove down the winding road, the last light of day slipped away, and a dark chill crept into the air. The sound of their voices, mostly jokes and banter, blended with the music playing in the background. Alex, however, kept glancing out the window, trying to ignore the tension that was building in the pit of his stomach. Ashbury Road was close. The closer they got, the more that feeling of unease grew. I'm gonna stop right there for right now. That is called. What is the name of this book? This book is called Hollow Road. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the end. If you have any suggestions about what you would like for me to read, just leave it down in the comment section below and I'll see your message and I'll check it out. Thank you. Good night. Peace. Mwah.